Hey, this is Mad Lucas, and you're watching Crash and Bleed.
Turn off your TV, the news has got you on a leash. Turn off your TV, the news has got you on a leash. Turn off your TV, the news has got you on a leash. The news has got you on a leash. Practice what you preach.
Am I your first video interview?
Yes, you are.
I was hoping I'd be the first. So, firstly, a massive thank you to Blag the Ripper for introducing me to Mad Lucas and the Sik Sik Sicks. I do not listen to new bands, like this is the one band that's actually worth a shit, you know. You might know her as the blonde girl from the Dwarves music video We Will Dare, but we don't want people to just know her as the blonde girl from that music video. So she's here today to talk to us about the history of the band. We're going to get deep diving into all that stuff. So let's teach people about where this band came from then, the Sik Sik Sicks. Like, where did you form?
So we formed in Newbury Park. That first lineup, we all went to the same high school here. We formed in 2018. I was with my best friend at the time, Morgan Ashamala. We were 14, and we just started writing songs about like being in high school and like crushes. And so we wrote OBP, and we were like, we need to start a band. So I met Jack Martino at school, I think. And he was already in a band with this kid, Max Lagerquist. And I was like, Jack, we need to find a drummer. He was like, I have a drummer. So we got them as a 2-in-1 deal. And Morgan was on bass. She didn't know how to play bass before that, and she learned to play bass like while she was like actually in the band, which was really cool. And she was a great songwriter, and she was my best friend at the time. And yeah, so we're sick of Sarah's. We didn't like know our sound really at the time because we were just starting out. We're like 14, so we're doing like Modest Mouse covers, Katy Perry cover. And we had OBP, and I realized I kind of wanted a sort of different sound than what we had at the time. So we were trying to record OBP just everywhere, and I was like, it's not the right sound. And at the time I started writing Hot Mess, Hot Topic Girl, the rest of that Homecoming Whore EP.
So was OBP the first song that you ever wrote?
It wasn't the first song I ever wrote, but it was the first song I ever wrote and loved. And I had written before a pop song when I was like 12 or 13 called Invisible. And I realized that wasn't my thing.
Well, it was too like radio poppy.
Yeah, it's a good song, but it was just like, you know, I put it out and I got to school and people are like just like making fun of me, and even the teachers were getting in on making fun of me. So I was like, fuck this shit. I'm making something that people can't make fun of.
Is any of that stuff available to listen to anywhere?
Yeah, it is. I just put it back up because I was like, why did I took it all down because I was like insecure about it, but now I'm not, obviously. It's called Invisible by Maddie Page, and it's on all music platforms if you want to go listen to it.
Hey, some people might head on over there straight after they're finished with this interview and check it out. You never know. So, what was the reason for the lineup change back then?
The lineup ended up changing because I just decided to change the band name like overnight and didn't ask anyone. So I changed it from Sick of Sarah's to Sik Sik Sicks, and like started making merch immediately for this next Battle of the Bands we were doing. So I have one of the shirts we still make. We make it in a hoodie now, but it was just a shirt at the time, and it has the little Grim Pocket Reaper that says 666. But on the back, there's this guy, Sean O'Hill. He's a tattoo artist, and I got him to help me with that first shirt. So it's like the Pocket Reaper, but on the back it says SSS. And they didn't like that. They said the SSS looked like 6 666 with like the numbers, and that was Satanist, and they weren't cool with it. So that's when the new lineup comes. I had gotten Julia, our old guitar player, for guitar. I had met her through another friend, and I was like, "Are you good?" And she was like, "No, but I'm confident." And I was like, "Okay." So I liked that there was the two girls. And then we had someone named Justin on bass for a bit. Then we had Jackson Gallo on drums. Justin ended up leaving. I think he was like going to college or something. Jackson, loved the kid. There was like a fight over like a COVID show. And that ended up just going bad, but we're cool now. Then we got my brother on bass. Cole Muller was on drums in the Turn Off Your TV music video, and he played on Turn Off Your TV and Witch Boy. Super good.
So who were some of the bigger musical inspirations for you? Like, who were you listening to at this time?
Back then, I was doing that pop music, and I was really into Taylor Swift and that sort of music. And then I wanted to change it all. And I ended up becoming friends with this other band that was local to us called Pushing Veronica. For Homecoming Horror, I was really inspired by Together Pangea at the time and the Frights. I just found the Frights, and they were poppin'. Fiddlar for sure. Violent Femmes, they're one of my all-time faves. I loved The Cure, and I still love pop music. Yeah, I think those were my main inspirations at the time of recording Homecoming Horror. But yeah, I was like super into that surf rock sound, and I think it was really popular at the time. And yeah, and I liked the Regrets too.
Yeah. So, which songwriters would you have compared yourself to when you started songwriting?
When I started songwriting, when people say like, what songwriters do you compare yourself to? I say I don't, because I feel like I write in a way that's a little, maybe the Lunatics, I would say. Maybe L7. But I don't know. I don't really compare myself when I'm writing, because it's a little, I don't ever hear people, or maybe Minor Threat. I liked Minor Threat too.
Okay. A little bit of hardcore then.
If you want to call it that. Fugazi, maybe.
So, who's your favourite songwriter of all time?
My favorite songwriters have to be Tim Kasher. I love Connor Oberst. I love Ben Barnett from Kind of Like Spitting. And I love all those like 90s emo. And I love Modest Mouse too. And I guess Modest Mouse is 2000s, some 90s. I just loved those emo songwriters, and you might not hear it in what I write, but those are probably my favorite songwriters.
How did punk rock get onto your radar, like in the early days?
Punk was always a part of my life. My parents love all good music, and my mom and dad loved the Dwarves, which is really funny. So they were like geeking out when that happened. But yeah, I was always listening to, like Operation Ivy and Fugazi, and just good music. I think a lot of music can be classified as punk if you look at the lyrics.
Were you calling yourselves a punk band in those early days?
I mean, if you're here in California, you probably wouldn't call us punk if you're a punk band, because it's more like, like hardcore stuff over here. But if you're like one of the poppy bands or like metal bands, you'd probably call us punk. I don't want to box it in.
Yeah, well, I heard people describe you as a pop punk band, but then I thought, like,
you had so much like grit, so much authenticity to the music. Like it didn't feel like typical pop punk to me. It's more raw, you know.
Yeah, the pop punk people here don't classify us as pop punk. I don't even know.
So yeah, this Homecoming Horror EP, this was 2018, 19 when this got recorded.
Yeah, I think we recorded it in 2018. It released in 2019, like right before COVID.
Well, what was that like? This is the band's second time in a recording studio. Like, how was that experience?
Yeah, so we went in for Homecoming Horror after just like trying and trying and trying producers and engineers. And I think with Paul, we found like the perfect person for us. We found him through my stepdad, who had recorded with him before. And we went in and we wanted to re-record OBP because we thought the first OBP like kind of leaned a little metally from what we normally sound like live. Because at the time, Jack and Max were metal players, and just didn't sound like us live anymore. That album is really special to me because like all the songs like relate to each other. Like Hot Topic Girl was someone that was mean to me, but then Hot Topic Girl met my ex or my boyfriend at the time and cheated on me. I mean, he cheated on me with Hot Topic Girl, so Drive East about both of them, and I'm cool with both of them now. OBP, that was just some random guy at school. But it was just like a time capsule of my life at the time. And it's the only EP we really have out right now. So like when people go to listen to my stuff, they usually listen to that. But I'm like, we're so different now. I mean, I wrote all those songs when I was like 14, 15.
Was there a lineup change during this or before the recording of this EP?
Yeah, so for that EP, we had Julia Dora on guitar. Here's my best friend at the time. I had met her through a friend of a friend. And we had Justin McAllister on bass. And I think I met him in theater at school, high school. And then we had Jackson Gallo on drums. And I saw that he had just like left a band that he was in before that was also in the area. So I was like, hey, what are you doing? But yeah, those are the people for that first EP.
So, who decided on the name Homecoming Horror? Like, how did you guys choose it?
So how we got the name of Homecoming Horrors, I just thought it was funny. We wrote it like, do you have homecoming where you live?
No, that's only an American thing, I think.
That's an American thing? Okay, well, homecoming, it was like homecoming season and they were like crowning all the homecoming queens or whatever. And I was like, they should really call it Homecoming Horror. But it was a joke, so yeah.
And then, like, you have the artwork, like, you're on the cover. Are you playing the Homecoming Horror on the cover?
Yeah. And we just did it. I did it with Paul Groner in my living room. And I was just, so Drive East was about, like, two people in a band that, like, very obviously ripped a song off from someone and, like, made that their thing. And I thought it was funny. So I was like, oh, like, people want to call me Courtney Love. Here's the Live Through This cover. But, yeah.
So, which songs would you say you're most proud of from this EP?
From that EP, I love Drive East. And I love Homecoming Horror, too. I love playing Homecoming Horror. I love all those songs.
So, you get to the studio. What do you guys do first? Like, what do you prefer to record first?
It was so long ago. I think we did OBP first, probably, or Hot Topic Girl. Hot Topic Girl was our opener for so long. But it was like really surprising because we were going to so many people to produce our stuff. And before it took us a full year to get one song. But then we go to Paul and then we like busted out the album, I think like 6-7 hours, and then it was done.
Really? What do you prefer to record first? Like the drums or the bass and drums first and then guitars?
We do like scratch takes of the vocals and guitar so that like the drummer can hear like the parts of the song that he needs to hear. And then we do drums, and then we do guitar, and then we do bass, and then we do vocals so that I can hear like the vibe of the song so that I know how to match it.
Were you guys like mixing this yourselves, or was that Paul
No.
Minor?
No, it's all Paul.
Ah, okay. And this is a place called Buzz Bomb. This was recorded.
Yeah, Buzz Bomb Studios in Anaheim.
Ah, okay. So tell us a little something about the studio. Like, what's it look like? Is it like a fancy professional studio?
It's definitely professional. I mean, there's a lot of people that have recorded there. I think Paul's done so many people, it's ridiculous. He's from Death by Stereo. He played bass. He's done Nerve Agents, Distillers, The Frights, some Motorhead, H2O, Newfound Glory. The list is endless. It's a goat. But yeah, it's super cool studio. Big, nice.
So you have like a full-blown professional punk rock producer?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's like top 1% or something like that.
So when does Witch Boy get recorded? And those single tracks, were they like a part of the Homecoming Horse session? They just didn't make the EP for some reason?
No, Witch Boy was a little bit after. There are so many songs that didn't make that Homecoming Horror EP, but Witch Boy we recorded in 2021, like heat of COVID, and that's when my brother comes in and plays bass, which is awesome. So Max played on Witch Boy. He also played on Turn Off Your TV, which is right after. And we have Cole Muller on drums for Witch Boy and Turn Off Your TV.
So the Turn Off Your TV music video, was this your first experience doing anything like a music video?
Yeah, Turn Off Your TV, that was our first like actual music video. There was a band called Mothwings that I really liked, and I realized that the person singing for Mothwings had just moved to LA. So I texted them on Instagram and I was like, I love your video for Sellout. Would you want to do a video for us? And they were like, sure, I've never done it, but we could try it. So they got like a VHS camera and we just did it in a day. We did it actually at a MMA studio owned by the homie Rex Pina. He was in Guns N' Roses as a drummer for a bit. But now he's an MMA teacher.
So talk us through the music video then, like what was the fun shit to do?
The most fun part about filming the Turn Off Your TV music video, I look like shit in it, number one. Like, just get that out there. But the most fun part about it is probably we just did a show. Like, we're like, okay, for our music video, we need to do a show that people come to so we can get that. So we ended up just like doing a free show inside the MMA studio and had people come to that.
Yeah, okay. So how much did this video cost to make?
I think it was like $1,000. We just gave it to Moth. They were like, I'm going to get a VHS camera with it. And then Rex is the best and let us use his studio for free. And then we just invited people if they wanted to be in the video.
So you filmed this on VHS?
Yes.
Okay, so that's really interesting. I was thinking, because you're quite young, I was wondering like what your music collection was like. Like, do you have a physical music collection? Is everything digital for you?
Everything's digital for me, except for... I also have some more. I have the concept album on vinyl too. But this one, that's me. And then that's Madeline, but we spell her name the same way. That's Snoop Dogg's girlfriend from the Dwarves. This is so shiny. That's Michelle. And then that's Jalen. And they're so beautiful and nice.
Were they featured in the Roxette video?
Yes, they were. All of this. Oh, and on the back, Ralph Champagne, double feature, Wanna Die.
So do you guys ever record any demos? Like, how do you know what you're going to sound like before you get into the studio?
We just practice and then set up a phone and record like what the song sounds like so we remember it. But yeah, not really. We don't really go through the whole demo situation.
when did the Dwarves come onto your radar? Were you listening to them while you were recording all these tracks?
Yeah, I've been listening to the Dwarves since like birth, basically. Right after the Turn Off Your TV, we did Life Sucks and Way Too Good for You. And in Life Sucks, I kind of do a little ode to Dwarves, fuck you up and get high. And that's where I go, rape you and get high. That's what these kids do. And after that, I reached out to I reached out to the Dwarves on Instagram, and I was like, hi, if you ever need anyone to open for you or like do backups or something, let me know. And we kind of talked a little bit, and then like nothing came of it. And then a year later, right before we did Lie in It, I get an email from Blag, an email. And I'm like, what on earth am I getting an email for? And I'm like, no way. And he sent me the demo of We Will Dare and Dead to Me and the Roxette backups. Oh, and I did some on Terrorist of Love as well.
Okay. So what was it like in the studio with the Dwarves then? Were any Dwarves members there? Like, were you being coached?
The first time I was there, Blag got COVID. So he wasn't there for when I was doing the first takes of We Will Dare and Dead to Me. Or some of I don't think he was there for Terrorist of Love either. But we wanted to redo some because he just didn't like the first round of them. So I went back. But it's in Palm Desert with Andy Carpenter. It was just me and Andy. Went through all the songs, banged them out. With this dog Noodle. And second time around, go back. Blag's like, we need to redo some of the We Will Dare. So I went back. Blag was there that time. He was just hanging out, taking videos. Yeah, so I was with Andy Carpenter for the most part. He's done Super Suckers, one of my faves. Dwarves, one of my faves, the Vandals, and Josh Freeze, who was on We Will Dare before Foo Fighters. So we got him first. Black did.
Should we do some video commentary?
So this is the Dwarves, Voodoo, and Roxette double feature. We filmed these about exactly a year ago. And it's double feature because we filmed them on the same 2 days. There's me. And this chick was awesome. She's like a burlesque dancer, and she like totally got into it. Super sick.
Who's playing He Who for this one?
He Who, that's Max Dunn. He's fucking hilarious. I have a story about him.
This video is so good.
There's the heart.
It's one of those videos that makes you wish you were there.
I was like totally out of my element.
What were they using for the blood and like the guts?
Oh, just like prosthetics. The blood was so fucking sticky. Like we were all covered in just like this sticky like corn syrup blood for 48 fucking hours. Like my docs still have this like shit in them. It was a lot of fun. We're like all slipping around and stuff. But yeah, it was super cool. There were like a ton of people on special effects.
Who's the director of this one?
That's Frank Mayer. He also did, he did both of these and he did We Will Dare.
Okay.
Now we got Roxette. We got my backups on this one. Oh, that's the thumbnail for it. What?
This is the X-rated version, right? There's no like more extreme version than this one.
Yeah, no. Yeah. The Dwarves would never censor. Oh, there's Max getting his guts out. Right.
So, are you girls like really eating this stuff?
Oh yeah, it's like not like swallowing it, but the blood is definitely like it's fine. It's like corn syrup. This one was funny. Oh my god, there's Snoop and his girl. There's the blow dart. The blow dart. I did not know how to use a blow dart before this.
Had you done much acting like before this?
I took acting classes before, but I was just like so out of my element because I'm like around like a ton of like half naked hot women and like the dwarves. I was like, it was my first time like being with like all of them. It was really funny. Yeah, directed by Frank Meyer. Super cool. Saltpeter, the OG, and Ehu, Max Dunn. He's fucking hilarious.
So, what's a day in a life like for you? You wake up that morning, you're heading off to the music video. Like, where was this filmed?
Yeah, so it was filmed in Long Beach at Alex's Bar, iconic. I didn't know what to expect, and I was so out of my element. But just everything there was just what you'd expect to be on a Dwarves music video set. I mean, you walk in, there's like a ton of naked women. Blag is completely unfazed by it all. The place is fucking drenched in blood and guts. So there's your blood, guts, and pussy there. But so the first day we film it, and I meet Madeline, and Jalen and Michelle and Ashley, who are super cool, super awesome, super sweet. And wrap the day up. It's a 2-day shoot. And everyone leaves. We come back in the morning. He who is fucking nowhere to be found. So the entire
This is
morning, I'm like,
Max.
Yes, this is Max. Everyone's like, where the fuck is Max? Like the last time we saw him, we were at the bar. And so no one can find He Who. They eventually find him in a bush, phoneless and walletless. He comes back. I walk into the makeup room, and he has my hairbrush, and he's just brushing his hair with it, brushing blood out, but like real blood. Like, he's so funny. But yeah, they found him in a bush. He's brushing blood out of his hair, and we got right back to it. He's so
Boy,
precious.
What happened to him?
Could not tell you.
It must be one of He Who's superpowers.
It's a superpower. He's like Kenny from South Park.
Well, let's get more backstory on some of these girls that you're in the video with. Like, who we're looking at here.
So we had all the cannibals. We had Madeline Martinez, who is Snoop Dogg's girlfriend, as I said. And she's done stuff with the Dwarves. She goes to like a lot of the shows. Same with Jalen, who's Madeline's friend. They both are tattoo artists. Jalen does like tattoos, and then Madeline does like permanent makeup, and they're both super good. Michelle is their friend too. I think they all go to college together in Arizona. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Ashley was one of the makeup artist's friends that they did burlesque together. And she came in, and she's like theater major, burlesque, amazing actress. We were like, but none of us could get into it as much as she did.
Do you know if any of these girls had appeared like in other Dwarves music videos or album covers?
Me, Jalen, Michelle, and Madeline are on the front of that Feeling Great remix. Fun fact, I actually sewed the costume I'm wearing on that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I used to stitch stuff. I stitched a little NoFX logo into my jacket one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty good as well.
So, who designed the outfits, and what was it like rolling around in blood with all these girls?
So Frank kind of just sent out like what the vibe is for the outfits, and like everyone just like got to like choose it, and then they would send you whatever you needed for it. But I was like, this shit needs to be legit, and I'm gonna make it. So yeah, I just ordered fabric and did it. But yeah, he just sent like out like an idea of what you should do, and we did whatever we wanted. The day of, we just like had a huge tarp out, and just blood started being poured. And then like that first one where we were ripping the guts out of that dude, like it was like a plastic bag inside of a cut open shirt, and like little tubes that like sprayed blood up. So they'd be like, 3, 2, 1, move your face.
Was there some kind of script or storyboards written out for this one?
Yeah, there was like a storyboard like script thing that we got sent a few days before. It was like funny because it's like 9 a.m. cannibals arrive, 10 a.m. cannibals go to rip out guts from someone, 2 p.m. cannibal girl number whatever bites off saltpeter's dick. It was really funny. But yeah.
Were you nervous about doing this stuff?
Yes, I was super nervous. It was like my first like real like music video doing it, and especially with like other people. I was just definitely like out of my element, like probably in a good way, but I was super nervous about it, especially like like wearing basically nothing. But yeah, I was definitely nervous. Hence the not dancing in the Voodoo video. But even if I wasn't nervous, I wouldn't be dancing either.
Let's do some more commentary.
This is We Will Dare. I duet with Blag. We got Greedy. Blag's label, independent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just basically we just did like a ton of mock-ups of TV shows that got canceled for whatever reason. We got Ken and Barbie, and that's Aaron McGehee as He Who was fucking awesome, jackass. And then Barbie gets mad at Ken, and that's why the show's canceled. And then there's like Blag and all of them in the George Washington courthouse suits. But
Was this like a set, or is this something they built for the video?
It wasn't built for the video. It was like a music video, or filming place with a ton of different rooms of different stuff. But Sippy did like the wall art for it. But yeah, it was like
Watch the eyes.
there's the Barbie and He Who Cannot Be Named show canceled.
It's a great looking video. Look at that shot.
Dude, in these videos, I had gotten my lashes done for it, and there's like redness all under my eyes because my eyes got bruised the day before, and I was so fucking pissed.
What's that shirt you're wearing there? Cancel something.
I made it. It just says cancel this dick. I made it, and I was like, I have to wear this shirt. And I'm like, okay.
But why are you in a mustache there?
Because it's the non-binary love affair. And then Blag comes in and they're like, we can't do this. And then that's why it's canceled.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like, dude, you want to put a fucking mustache on the only hot bitch in this music video? But okay, whatever.
And this is Blag's best acting that I've ever seen in any music video.
Non-binary love American style. Yeah, he was like, I look like my brother. Snow White and the Dwarves. This is our Disney moment.
Yeah, this one's not for children.
Yeah.
Aaron plays guitar as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's good. He can do everything. He's a jack of all trades, the Aaron of all trades, the gaping wide world of Disney.
Do we have like a story of why Aaron came into this?
Oh, he's been He Who before, in older music videos. But yeah, he just came back around. It was during the strike. So yeah, he came out for it. He brought his dog, just walking all around. But yeah.
And that's Nick Oliveri there as well.
Yeah, the fucking legend. He's so nice. Like, it's ridiculous. I did not expect him to be so nice. And Mark Diamond, just fucking amazing. Super amazingly nice. I have the same birthday as his daughter. Mark is funny.
Any shout-outs? Yeah. For these people?
Yeah, I loved Sarah. She's super funny. She's someone will be like, oh, like, this is what this camera does. And she'll be like, and it's like someone trying to mansplain her. She's like, actually, this is what it does. And I have the newer version than you do. So fuck you. But she's so funny. But Mark is funny because he's like, anything new that came out, I'd rather just go see the Olivia Rodrigo tour. He's like, that's the best album that came out. So, day in the life of filming We Will Dare. We woke up. Blag told us to meet him downstairs. That's when I met Aaron McGehee for the first time from Jackass. So we went. Blag took us to the music video with Aaron and his dog and me. We get there, get into Barbie. And Aaron was super cool with good at making people warm up to him, and it's really easy to work with him because like he's just so easy and like non-judgmental about it, I guess. Like even when he's off camera, he's still there like doing it with you. So that was super cool and super nice of him. He's a pro, obviously. Plays guitar, a jack of all trades, if you will. Lives in Oregon, Portland. So right after we get into non-binary Love American Style, that's the 60s style in the room. And I got like the go-go dancer get up. I got like a real vintage dress for it that my friend Melody Hillard hemmed for me, like literally the day before, which is super nice. And then we got Blag coming in, dressed up as the Christian father who does not approve the non-binary love between his daughter and he who cannot be named.
Was that his idea, like, or did someone throw that onto him?
I think it was Frank's idea. It was definitely Frank's idea. But yeah, I was pissed about that mustache, but whatever. Whatever.
But yeah, you're doing a little dance there as well in that scene.
Yeah, see, I don't dance. This is why. But yeah, that was super cute. Right after non-binary love, we did the Disney, the sexually adventurous gaping wide world of Disney. And that's when he who is reading the teacher a book, that he flips to one page and it's Snow White, and it's like a blonde girl with like 7 dwarves mauling her to death. And I'm like, oh my God. Immediately after we did like the gang, like all the dwarves come with everyone, and then he who and teacher get married. And then like Aaron like found a glove, like a Thor glove or something that he used in it. That's in there, the metal glove thing. But yeah, he's Mickey Mouse in it. But yeah, I think that's basically it for the We Will Dare video. Oh, we had the country outfit. That one was super. I thought that was so cute. I'm like, Dwarves has to do a country album.
That's my favorite part as well.
Yeah, it's super, super suckers.
So you say this video was all like bam, bam, bam. Was that like a conscious decision that everyone had to come to? Like, you can have the most fun on Voodoo, but when you get to We Will Dare, it was all business.
We knew that Voodoo and Roxette we were gonna have 2 days for it. And the reason there's like more downtime in between it is because there's like all those special effects, and that takes fucking forever to do. So like there's just like a lot of downtime for people that aren't doing the special effects. So that's why people are like hanging out and like doing stuff. And there's just a lot of people on set for that one. And we had 2 days to do both of them. So there's just like a lot of downtime when there's like all the special effects, and like, you know, there's a lot of single shots of each dwarf, if you will. With a single girl, so it's like there's just like a lot of time in between, so that's why it kind of ended up being more of like a story, if you know what I mean. But We Will Dare was just bam, 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 all one day. We thought it was going to be 2 days, I think, for B-rolls or something the second day, but they're just like, we got everything, we got it. So yeah.
So were you taking pictures of what was going on? Like, that would be cool to see, like.
Yeah, you know
Some
what?
backstage.
I have an album full of like behind the scenes shots from both of them that I can send to you if you want me to.
Oh.
I did not have a fucking centimeter of time to go on my phone for We Will Dare. I didn't take any videos, but everyone else did, and pictures. And yeah, it was a super good experience for all of us, I believe.
Yeah. So what's the best Dwarves album cover for you?
Blood, Guts, and Pussy. Dwarves are young and good looking. The concept album, where we got We Will Dare, Dead to Me, Terrorist of Love, Dude All the Time. I love that concept album cover because everyone thinks it's me when it's not. But thank you for thinking it's me. It's really nice of you guys. I look so skinny in it. This Gigi Gustin, she's an actress, model, dancer, Um, I've never met her, but everyone thinks I'm her. It is Gigi Gustin.
Yeah, the Dwarves have like stepped it up on an intellectual level for this new album cover.
Yeah, with all the books. I got banned off of Instagram for posting that fucking cover. So
Man,
I
that
like,
sucks.
yeah, I know. So I like got deleted for a day. I'm like, how are these people not getting deleted? And then I got age restricted, and then I ended up just it got deleted. So I just drew clothes on her for a modest rendition for Instagram.
Was Aaron McGehee the most famous person you'd met at that point? Like, that dude's a movie star. He's been in Jackass for over 20 years now.
I almost got hit by a car that had Courtney Love in it.
Wait, so what happened? Talk us through that.
I was at my first concert. I was at Coachella. I was like 5, and it was the year that The Cure was playing. And we're like walking up through the gates, like about to walk through the gates, and I'm like walking just like a little kid. And then all of a sudden a car pulls up behind me like fast, and they're like, "What the fuck?" They move me out of the way. They're like, "Who the fuck did that?" Da, da, da. Like my dad's about to get super pissed, and then they see Courtney Love just stumbling out the back of the car to get in. But
Wait, did you get to meet her at least?
no, but I was still honored. No, I don't remember it.
How about her band Hole? Did you ever listen to Hole?
Yeah, I've always listened to Hole. I love Hole. I love to live through this album. Some of my faves of all time.
So, I heard there's going to be some new Sik Sik Sicks stuff real soon.
Yes, we just recorded all of it. I got a ton of songs on there, and I'm super excited to release it. It's my favorite thing we've done yet, and I think everyone else is really gonna like it too. I think we've like grown up with our sound, and like this time around, we have some like PJ Harvey inspired stuff, some like New York Dolls kind of inspired stuff, and I'm just really excited about it. We recorded that again with Paul Miner and Buzz Bomb Studios. I just really love it, and it's about just like cancel culture and like just living through it all, and being in LA where it's so like prominent, and just still coming back after it's just stupid shit with all these people getting canceled.
Yeah, it's like everyone from my childhood has been cancelled now. Is that one of the main things that like drives your songwriting?
Yeah, I think it's just so fucking. It's just like, I think it's about to get really old and tired, and it's gonna lose its value. And just like the push that it had before, because it's just like everyone's getting like canceled left and right, and it's like, what the fuck does it even mean anymore? Like all these allegations. I'm not saying all of them, but I think a lot of them are just blown out of proportion, and just like, right when they see someone win, they're like, actually, fuck this person, da, da, da. But especially in like the punk, whatever, subculture, it's just like, why are we doing this when we had so many people from the past? It's like, I don't want to hold artists to this, like, this on this pedestal, when it's like, I'm not expecting this artist to be like the best person possible. I'm not expecting this person to not make mistakes. I'm expecting them to make the mistakes and make art out of it so other people can learn about what happened to them. Instead, they just want to silence them and just try to ruin their life. And I've seen it happen to so many people around me, and so many people that just quit because of it. So many amazing people that just quit.
So where do you draw the line then with people? Like, when do they cross it? Because it sounds like you have a pretty high tolerance.
Yeah. For me, I don't think there's just like an obvious line for anything in life. Whenever, I don't think we should be ruining someone's life. I mean, when people go to jail, they're going to jail and they're getting rehabilitation services. So it's like, it's not like someone just can't grow and become a better person. I mean, it happens in the prison system, but you're going to police other people. That's my biggest problem with this punk situation, is that they want to say ACAB, they want to say fuck the police, they want to say defund the police, but they come up to me, and if I say something that doesn't line up with their morality or whatever the fuck, it's I should be canceled, and they're policing me. Like, I don't fucking get it. I'm not, and then they call me a Nazi or something like that. But it's like, if we get real down into like their like moral code or whatever the fuck, they're still supporting these people like Dead Kennedys, or they listen to the Beatles and with John Lennon. That's my biggest thing. It's like someone that'll cancel someone will say something about John Lennon. I'm like, fuck you, dude. We can still like, it's all about if you want to separate the art from the artist. And I think there's a lot more nuance to these situations than what is shown to the internet. And I think it's irresponsible to just decide to ruin someone's life over a single mistake. We should not hold artists to this like high pedestal of like, this is what a good person should look like, because I mean, I don't think they are, and I think that's what makes them artists. And I think that everyone makes mistakes, and yeah, I just don't think people should be holding artists to some high moral code when they're just normal people.
I think people have been saying and doing this stuff for decades. It's just now with the internet, it's out there instantly. It's like, we should cancel NoFX now because they've made a comment that they've been making for the past 40 years, you know?
Yeah,
they've been
or
saying
TSOL, or TSOL, like that. I think it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I just can't stand it. If they're from a different time period, then it's okay. Then they can still keep listening to their music. I think if your music is quality shit, then people are still going to listen to your stuff regardless of what you've said or done.
Yeah. So this new song then, Rejected, Dismissed, Declined, like, I think I'm one of the first people to hear it.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about these new tracks then, like, what was it like in the studio this time around?
I feel guilty about what makes me human. It's a brain shock when strangers start to tune in. Like they want you to say what they're told to be thinking, and by just right there grinning. And sometimes I feel like I don't connect, but from the start I've had defects, cause I'm rejected and dismissed and declined. And I think I kinda like it.
This is Pretty Princess. But Rejected, Dismissed, Declined is about I've had it for a long time, and it's just like not a real, it's like about not fitting in like anywhere I go. And I used to think it was like a bad thing. So I'd be like, well, I don't fit in with like the popular people. The punk kids don't like me because I'm not ugly enough for them, or I'm not gritty enough for them, and I don't fucking bend my opinion to anything they have to say, so I don't fit in there. I don't fit their look. The popular kids, I'm too weird for them. Not weird enough for the cool kids. So yeah, that's Rejected, Dismissed, Declined. And with cancel culture, that's where Act Like a Cop comes in. That's on the new record too.
So is it you guys that mixed this, or was that all Paul again?
Again, it was all Paul. And I wrote all the songs. But I did have a co-write on one, which I'm super excited about. He's a huge inspiration to me, always has been. Titanic Sinclair co-wrote a song called Stuck Up with me on the album, and that was super cool, and super honored to have that feature.
What do you prefer to have the loudest in the mix? Like, what do you want to hear? For me, I love to hear like the snare cutting through, nice and clear.
I like loud vocals because I like to, I think my lyrics are kind of funny. So I like to definitely hear vocals. I love loud guitar. Yeah, and I love snare. I'm not a huge, like, mixing encyclopedia.
You'll get there, I think. Couple more recordings, you'll get there. But you've had quite a few members come and go in this band. Like, do you think you found a good lineup now?
Yeah, we definitely got a good lineup now. My brother's playing guitar, so that is super sweet. We got Jonah Bunna Smith on drums. He's been here since Life Sucks Way Too Good era, and he's super awesome. And we have Dean Carpenter on bass, who's my brother's best friend.
Yeah. So, do they have a hand in, like, songwriting? Are they writing riffs, or is that all you?
I work a lot with my brother because I'm not really a guitar like whiz, you know, but I do. What happens is I'll come up with the lyrics, then I'll find a melody, or maybe I find the melody first, but I usually write the lyrics and I find the melody. Then I find what chords I want to use for it, and then I have like my basic like rhythm chords. So then I'll go to Max and show Max and be like, what would you do with, like, would you write a riff for this? Would you put like a lick here or whatever? For Act Like a Cop, that's one that I just like couldn't find like what the guitar would sound right for it. And so he came up with that riff, and he's it's good to have like two different minds that know different things.
So, let's have a little teaser. Like, what songs should we watch out for?
I think you should be excited for, depends on what type of music you like. If you like more radio play, I think I'm Not a Baby. People fucking love it. But my favorite's Rejected, Dismissed, Declined.
I think that might be the best song you've written lyrically.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
But yeah, Drive East is still my favourite song. It's so fun. Hits me in all the right ways. So, yeah, since this is originally a skateboard-related channel, and you are on a skateboard deck now, like,
Yes,
what
I
the fuck?
am.
Like, how did this happen? Were you involved in
Yeah.
the skate punk world?
Not in the skate punk world. My brother's a skater. I've always been around skaters. I did a photo shoot with Jack Liu, who is like a big photographer over here. He was like the OG GNR photographer. He's been around forever, and he's super cool at a female acts. He took some pictures with me at like the place called Ragdoll Pink Palace. It's like closed down now. But it was like a photo shoot place. And we took some pictures there, and he put it on Guitar Girl Mag. And Black Pug actually reached out to me and was like, I think this would look super cool on a deck. Like, do you want to do like a collab or something? And I was like, yeah, can it actually be with my band too, though? So that was like Bradley. They're from Australia, which is just like crazy that you can just do business interactions from so far away. But yeah, so I met Bradley and we did that together, and I've been talking to him, and he's coming out for No Values in May. I'm not going there, but he's coming to LA, so I'm going to see him.
Okay. So this is Black Pug Skateboards. Is this like a professional skate company, or is it like a record store kind of thing?
It's a record store / skateboard store in Australia.
Okay. So, do you have any like non-band related projects? Is this like modeling thing something that you're pursuing?
Yeah, I do modeling. I don't like call myself a model or anything, but I'll like do it like on like, you know, if someone asks me to do it, I'll do it, and I love to do it. I've done like some music videos, like off, away from the band, just like me as a model in them. I'm opening a salon with my mom. I'm a makeup artist, and we're opening a place called Let's Make Up. It's going to be in Woodland Hills. It is so fun, and I can't wait to show people it because it's going to be awesome. Yeah, and I'm a college student. I'm also a wedding makeup artist. I do a lot of stuff.
Okay. So, would you feel confident stepping on a skateboard deck with your face on it?
confident in a shove it or an ollie. Nothing else.
You can shove it.
Yup. I don't know if I still can, but I probably could if I tried.
See, I've been skating for over 20 years and I cannot shove it.
It's a feminine trait.
Oh dear. I'm pretty feminine though. I can do a no comply shove it tail grab.
I probably could if I tried.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
So who's the most iconic punk rocker to you?
Black the Ripper, Black Dahlia, leader of the Dwarves, jack of all trades. Also, Ian MacKaye, super fucking awesome. Basically agree with everything he has to say. And yeah, both never sold out, always stayed true, never did dumb shit.
Well, I think we'll wrap up in a sec, but we can't get out of here without talking about my favourite Sik Sik Sicks song, which is Drive East. The song is so perfect, like hits me in so many ways on so many levels, you know. That'd be the song I'd recommend to people. Once you're done with this interview, go check out that song all the way through. It's amazing. What is going on with the lyrics in this song? It sounds like there's a good story here.
Yeah, so this is Drive East. I wrote some of it with my friend Morgan, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's about Hot Topic Girl and my ex-boyfriend, who I'm cool with now. Okay, so it's cliche meets cliche. What a cliche. I hope you get hit by a bus. So cliche Hot Topic Girl meets cliche indie boy. This won't will cry this bad of a wildfire, but I hope it didn't ruin your trust. When I found out they were like hooking up or whatever behind my back, I told everyone, and then they were like, she's a liar, don't listen to her. And then he ended up being like, I feel bad, so I'm going to tell you the truth. But you can't spread this like a wildfire. And I hope I didn't ruin your trust. That's where that came from. And then I said, you're an angst teen who leans on others for a sense of worth. Hope you know that you are the scum of the earth.
Drive east, please do us all a favor.
That speaks for itself. Drive East. This actually has to do with Drive North by Swimmers. And it was just kind of a joke because they ripped off one of the Swimmers songs. And I was like, I'll do it even harder than you did, but I'm going to be obvious about it and not take it as my own idea. So they were like, we're going to go out. We're going to drive to Texas, get away from the world. And I was like, please do it. Go ahead, please. It would be the best for all of us. Farewell from the Suburbs of Los Angeles. They had like a song called that. And it's like, okay, you want to say you hate LA, da-da-da-da. Fucking leave then. So they like dyed their hair the same way.
It's true that it wasn't a popularity contest, but I'll try to admire your love.
That was just me being a bitch.
Let me tell you a secret. Will you pretty please keep it? I really just like your best friend.
Speaks for itself.
Your music taste sucks, you covered up, but you're always even Radiohead.
It's like those guys, like they'll have like the fucking worst taste in music ever. And it's just like, but they're intellectual because they like Radiohead too. So they're like deeper than you are. But it's like, I know more Radiohead songs than you do, bitch.
Calabasas is just a really bad place to be.
They lived in Calabasas, if you know where that is. It's like, oh, he's such a sad rich boy. Like, he lives in Calabasas right next to the Kardashians. Like, feel bad for him. It's like where, it's the rich area. It's like where the Kardashians live.
Didn't Travis Barker like marry someone in that family?
Yeah. Courtney. For lack of a better term, I don't keep up with the Kardashians. But you're right. Right. I hate Oakland, California. because they wanted to drive away to Oakland to get away from everyone and take a train. Then it was I Hate the Voids, and they had like their band was named after a Void song. I actually don't hate the Voids. I like the Voids.
I hate when people rip off swimmers. I hate LA, oh my god. Drive east.
It's just like the whole thing about people hating LA, but they never leave because you can't.
Yeah. And that's the song that won me over, man. As soon as I heard them lyrics, hope you get hit by a buzz, I was like, I've got to do a deep dive now. So I have actually heard every single song that you've put out as the Sik Sik Sicks.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for showing up to do this. Again, a massive thank you to Blag.
Go check out this band, people, the Sik Sik Sicks. This is their song, Drive East.
Drive east, drive east.
Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.